I have to thump my head up and down at the end of that theme song, musical intro. I'm not exactly sure what we should call that, but welcome everyone. It is a wonderful Wednesday morning here for us on the East Coast in the US. It is a completely different time of day for our special guest today. So I am so excited that she was willing to join me and to be so accommodating with her time. This is going to be a fun one, mostly because hanging out with Lala is one of my favorite things. I did an episode with her on her show last year at Christmas time. For those of you who don't know this about me, I like to get a little bit crafty, and Lala likes to get a little bit crafty. So it is super, super fun to get to hang out with some crafters because sometimes you just need to do things with your hands. So if you are crafty, or if you want to get a little bit crafty, feel free to grab a craft and some coffee and hang out with us. We're going to have a really fun conversation. If you're hanging out with us live, welcome. I see Paul and Mark and George. And Lala's hanging out in the comments too. So everyone is hanging out with us today. You're welcome to ask any questions you want. Drop a Q and a colon in so I make sure I don't miss any of them. But yeah, as Paul said, crafting with Lala is super, super fun. And there's something I think really nice about collaborating together on a project while having a conversation. And Lala is probably best in class for this. She wouldn't admit that, but I think she does a really fantastic job of just making her guests feel really comfortable and at ease and getting to work together on something, which I think makes it feels more like spending time with friends than an official interview, which I think is a great way to make your guests feel at ease. But without any further ado, let's welcome Lala to the show. Welcome. Oh, wait, we got you muted. Hang on one sec. Are you muted? There you are. Yay! We did it.
All right. Yay! Delayed. Thank you so much again, Katie, for having me today. Hi, Ecamm Fam. This is, as I said in the chat, another dream come true. Check.
Oh, well, I love being a dream come true maker. That's my favorite. For me, it's just wonderful to get to spend time with you because you are so far away geographically that I love that video lets us pull together and spend time together. So I think it's absolutely wonderful. Well, I know that probably most of the people in the Ecamm Fam know you or recognize, your name and Mummy Guide because you've been in lots of our chats and you were at Creator Camp last year. So, but why don't you, if the people are brand new or maybe they haven't put a face to the name, will you give a little bit of background on who you are and what Mummy Guide is all about?
All right. Again, thank you so much, Katie. I am Mommy Guide Inc. aka Mommy Lala. Some just say Lala, right? So I actually coined, my daughter actually coined the name Mommy Guide Inc. Because when she was younger, she said, you always like, guiding people in terms of, whatever. And so when I decided to come up with, because, create a channel, she said, Mommy Guide Inc. So that's how it all started. So my channel is really originally geared towards just moms and moms at heart, but eventually, you know how it is, how we pivot, right, our content. And so now basically I still do a lot of interviews because I love so many things. I know I should focus on just one, but of course crafting is top of the things that I like doing. But I also do love talking to people, doing interviews, and also, travels and fun with my family. So basically, I feel that these are things that resonate most with not just, moms and moms at heart, but, the whole family as well. But I know I
Yeah.
do need to niche down a little bit. But
No,
so far,
I
that is
love it.
me.
I love it. You and I are very, very similar. I actually made a conscious decision at the beginning of this year that I'm just not going to. So I on all of my channels, of which I'm just doing for fun. I'm not, not trying to
Yeah.
make tons of money or change the world. But on mine, I'm like, I'm happy to talk about, podcasting and the work I do with Ecamm. I
Mhm.
do a lot of stuff in movies and old movies. I'm a big crafter. So for me, I'm like, you know what? It resonates with a lot of people that, many of us have multiple hobbies or are doing,
Yes, right.
lots of
So
different
that's
things. So
my my big reason why I would not like focus on the specific. It's like when you create a channel, right, Katie, you need to be able to sustain it.
yeah.
And if I will just focus on one, which a lot of people have been telling me since I started, it's wrong. You're live streaming too long. It should be only 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You're like on for 4 or 5 hours. Wrong, wrong. It's like, at the end of the day, I thank you for all the advice and stuff, but at the end, if I have to love what I'm doing,
Yeah.
right? So, and if I love, talking to people, I love crafting, I love traveling, I love doing all these things, right? So I will not be burned out. And so far, I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and
Wow.
I'm still absolutely loving what I'm doing.
Well, I love people. Roy is saying that you're one of his favorite people in the world. I see Robin saying that your name came up a lot during Creator Camp.
Oh, hi,
Yeah,
Robin.
we have Jana hanging out. This is Hey Mommy Lala. So you've got,
Hi, Jen. Yes,
yeah.
Jen is a crafter.
Yay!
Yes.
All right. Well, we're here. I have all my stuff too to show off. I have all my little amigurumis. So
Amigurumi. Oh my goodness.
I'm a total geek for this. But again, what I like love, and it's funny, Lala and I were talking before we jumped on, and she and I end up being the reverse. I thought you would be similar to, but I love this about you. I craft and do things with my hands. I do a lot of like paper crafts and crocheting because I just want to be away from screens for a little bit. Like I spend so much of my day to day, in the world of tech, and
Mhm.
I've kind of removed that from my like tech side in the tech world. Whereas you're almost the opposite. You love
Yeah.
to you love to get a little techie, and you are way too self deprecating about this though because you are doing a lot of really cool things in the tech space, and I love that you're just willing to try it and to move things around and figure it all out because you have multiple camera angles. You have to have like a top down camera angle. You're In order to show some of the work that you're doing, especially in the crafting space, you actually have to do a lot more than a talking head show. So I think it's great what you're doing. You should give yourself credit for it because it's not easy. Show that overhead angle,
Oh.
Lala. So Lala's got amazing camera overhead, right? So that she can show her hands and her crafts, right? And
Yes,
see,
these are just some of the cards that I actually created about, 15 minutes or 30 minutes before we started. I
just
was
whipped it
live.
up. Just whipped it up. I love it. I love it. Yeah, as George is saying, you're such a generous person, and people love that you're
Oh,
sharing
thank you, George.
that
Yes,
passion
George
of
was
crafting.
actually, we were in the same, what do you call this, camp? What do you call this? We were
Cabin for
in
yeah, yeah, for
cabin.
Creator
There
Camp.
you go.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're the orange team with our cabin head was Jeff that time.
Perfect. Yeah, I love that from Creator Camp last year. Absolutely. Well, so let us know a little bit about how you're
All
using
right.
Ecamm. So, what is it? So I mentioned that you have multiple camera angles set up, and I
Mm-hmm.
know that when I was on your show, we did a crafting project together. So I had to have multiple angles set up, which was really
Exactly.
exciting and fun for me. So what is the structure of your show, and what does it look
All
like
right.
these days?
Okay, so for me, I do have mostly basically two different kinds of live streams. One where I do crafting and another one where I do interviews,
Hmm.
right? So if it's interview, most of the time it's just talking head. So I have a profile for that.
Hmm.
And then I have another profile for my crafting. Katie, when I started with Ecamm, we only were allowed 5 cameras
Yeah,
when
that's
I
true.
started, right?
Yeah.
So as crafters, every time one comes in, you have a face cam and you have
Hmm.
an overhead cam. So that's already two.
Yeah.
So if I have another crafter joining me, that's already four.
Yeah.
So I always had an issue with a third one coming in. And most of the time, crafters, we want to craft together,
Yeah.
right? So my option then was to bring them in through um, Zoom.
Hmm.
And my goodness, Katie, the headache, the audio issue, the video issue. And there was even one time when Marcus went on vacation. He said, Lala, you can do this. You'll host my show for me. All right. Good, good, good. And then the time came. Of course, I needed to bring people onto Ecamm from Zoom.
Hmm.
I messed it all up. I couldn't, do the audio because I'm not techie, guys. And so, one of my requests was more cameras, please.
Hmm.
And eventually, Ecamm did that. And
Yeah.
one of another dream was for Ecamm to have integration with Zoom
Hmm.
because I'm also a homeschooling mom and I'm an entrepreneur. So I actually do a lot of classes,
Yeah.
not just live stream. So I use it for my business when I teach, right? So now I do actually through Ecamm, I was able to do also my very first hybrid event last February, and Ecamm
Awesome.
was one of my major sponsors. So thank you so much,
Of
Ecamm. So
course.
we did a face-to-face crafting, okay, in one of the most beautiful islands here in the Philippines, in Boracay, and we had participants in Zoom coming in from different parts of the world. And that was made possible by Ecamm. That time, Katie, Ecamm didn't have the Zoom
No,
integration
we
yet.
didn't. No.
So I'm so blessed that one of our dear, Ecamm Fam friends, of course, Victor of Basic Networks and Streaming,
Hmm.
actually went to the Philippines. He brought some of the stuff that I needed, like, and helped me out with the tech. So I
Hmm.
could just focus on the hosting, and he was behind the scenes. And I became his tour guide in the Philippines. So it was a great, great opportunity to actually, tour Victor, but at the same time, he helped me out with the tech. And you say so many things. So I use it for my business. Okay, I became part of a design team for crafters. It's called Janus Card Challenge, and with that, Katie, I needed to do videos, and I don't know how to edit, guys. That's why I live stream, right? And what I realized is I can actually record everything through Ecamm. So very,
Exactly.
very little editing in iMovie.
Yeah.
So I put all the scenes, prepare all the scenes, all the sponsors, everything. So actually it is not edited. It's actually just Ecamm. I just place all the scenes that I need to put, and then I just play that, and just the editing is basically very minimal. So Ecamm I use for everything.
I
right?
I
So
love it. I know, and as you should. And I what I love about what you just said and what I really want everyone to hear is that Lala is incredible at understanding what she's best at and what she needs help with, right? So it was like, I'm running this event. I want to spend time with the crafters and the people who are coming face to face, but I really want to be able to include people, through Zoom and from all over the place. But that's not me. That's not what I'm going to be able to do. It's outside of like what I want to learn. So she phoned a friend, right? Call someone in
exactly.
to help. And in this case, that means that you're collaborating and you have someone else that you're working with. You probably learned a lot just by having Victor come out and answer
Oh
questions
yes,
and talk with you. But then you also built that relationship up and your event was even better as a result. So
absolutely.
if you're sitting there and you're thinking like, oh, I really want to take my show or my video work from this level, to this level. I really want to do this other thing. It might be that you need to learn the skills to get there, or it might be that there's someone out there in the Ecamm Fam or, or in another community that could help you and fill in that gap because maybe you don't actually need to know how to do that. Maybe we don't need to edit.
Exactly.
We
And
don't need to do.
Katie, for a lot of moms who are creators and crafters, they really don't like tech. Most of
Yeah.
us don't like tech. We
Yeah.
just want to craft. So most crafters rarely have face in their videos or in their live streams because they don't want to be bothered by the tech.
Yeah.
So I really am trying to, share that this is possible through the platform that I use, Ecamm. And
Mhm.
actually with Victor, the reason why he also went to the Philippines is because prior to that, Katie, after or even before Creator Camp 1, I've asked him to, join me, and once a month we have like tech for creatives, right? Or for crafters.
Mhm.
So he helped me because I'm not techie, unpacked all the things that crafters would want or would need, okay, to be able to, go out there and do our live or do a video. So he helped me like with what camera to. I'm basically just the host, okay, and and he will be the one answering. So I
Yep.
do have that for once a month in my channel as well because I
Mhm.
know that's one of the needs, and I think one of the requests from crafters is they want to share but they don't know how.
They don't know how exactly. Yeah. And it,
Mm.
as you've said, it sometimes can feel really big and really overwhelming. I've talked to people all the
Mm.
time who are like, Katie, I really would love to, to start a podcast, or I really want to, do a live stream, or even just get like have better Instagram reels, on my Instagram channel. I would love to be able to do this. I'm a creator, or I'm an educator, or I'm in this other space where I don't feel like I am tech capable, or I don't feel like I know what to do. And really, it's not it feels bigger than it actually is. Once you figure out like what the elements are, you can do it, right? Like, so Lala, you keep saying that she's not techie. She is, because she's learned a whole bunch over the last little bit, right? I
Ika
say I'm
makes it
not techie,
so
but I am.
easy.
But yeah,
Katie, another thing, yeah, that I like about Ecamm, another thing is I I'm a crafter. As creatives, most of the time, where do you find them? The creatives and the crafters on what
yeah,
platform?
yeah.
Instagram.
Instagram, Pinterest,
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah,
If
the
you go to my
visual. Yeah,
Instagram,
yeah,
there's barely no content because I don't know how to do Instagram,
yeah.
right? But I focus on YouTube, but I do know that I need to be on Instagram. And you know what Ecamm did? You
Mhm.
right? So Ecamm gave us that functionality to go live vertical,
Yep.
right? So I said, finally I can have something on Instagram. And Katie, since I've done and every time I go live on my crafty channel, I normally get, maybe after the live stream, I'll get about 50 to 100 views.
Wow.
Since I started doing vertical live streams on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook together, all at the same time, sometimes I would go as high as 500
Wow.
to 700 views.
Congratulations.
I never had those kind of views using the, so I only do that when I'm crafting alone.
Yeah.
When I'm crafting with a guest, I tried doing the vertical and people were like, you're too small. Everybody's too small.
I
So I
can't see my
don't
craft.
do that anymore, right? Of
Yeah.
course, crafting, you want to
Yeah.
see what you're doing. It's like too
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah.
But if it's just me,
Yep.
so I do that. And I've tested that. When it went out and it was okay, a lot of people were so against it. But
Mhm.
I said, I just wanted to test it, right? Give it a few months.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing the numbers and said, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun. Oh, it's a vanity metric, guys, right? It's nothing really, but it's nice to see, more than like three digits like
No,
views
but
there, right?
it's a vanity metric, but it is showing, it is giving you a bunch of data points though. So I don't think we should rely on those numbers as a
Mm-mm,
you're not a better creator because you have,
mm-mm.
millions of views on your video. But it is an
Exactly.
indicator of how many people you're able to reach and what's working and not working, right? So adding on Instagram was getting you more views. Now you need to figure out
Mm-mm.
how you can turn the views into, guests and more engaged people who are spending time with you on a
Exactly.
rate. So, but by playing around with that and testing it and figuring out how that works best for you and for your show,
Mhm.
you have a ton of potential now and a new set
Yes,
of,
it's
items on your to-do
Ecamm is
list.
just it's such a I said like a gift that keeps on giving. Last Saturday I did a soap making class for some homeschoolers because one of the things that homeschoolers don't have is a laboratory.
Yeah.
I'm an industrial pharmacist by profession, guys.
I
Right?
didn't
So
know
that's
that
why I'm a
about you.
geek,
That's
right? So
awesome.
I do a lot of formulation. So I said, okay, so that some of the parents asked me if I could facilitate one. So I said, okay, but I can only do like 20 in real life
Yeah.
because I don't want to, I will be handling lice or chemicals and stuff. So I don't
Yeah.
want too many. But then it said, and I remember Ecamm and all the things that we've learned about it, right? Okay, but I can accept virtual participants, but they won't be able to actually get the actual, chemicals because I don't want them handling chemicals without me. But
Mhm.
they can watch, they can see, they can interact, they can ask questions. They
Yeah.
were blown away because of the fact that they can hear us and then we can change scenes. And I had several cameras set up, focused on different groups and then on me doing the demo. It was so much fun. And then that now we can have like several looks for Zoom to Ecamm, right? It
Yeah.
it is so fun. It's such a nice time to be a creator for somebody who's not techie. Believe me, guys, if you would go back to my channel and see what my videos look like 2.5 years, 3 years ago, you would see the
You would
hundred
see the growth.
percent
You would see the growth. You
exactly,
would see the difference. And
exactly.
I think it's a good practice for all of us to do actually. No matter, who you admire most out there who is who's creating on YouTube or any of these platforms,
Mm-hmm.
go back. In many cases they have their first video still up there. Go back to the first video because again, you can't expect to be at the same level of quality and confidence and professionalism as someone else who's
Mm-hmm.
been doing it for 3 years, 10 years, whatever
Exactly.
amount of
And
time.
I know,
You have a
Katie,
starting
that
point.
I'm using Ecamm, the functionality of Ecamm. Probably I know very little of the many things I can do with Ecamm,
Mhm.
right? I know that Ecamm can do so much more. I don't even know how to use still that. Like, you can, like Victor has taught me this, but I keep on forgetting. Like, you can automatically move to this, like,
Yeah.
right? So the automated one, I still use my Stream Deck and me manually doing it.
Yeah.
Right? But I know that Ecamm can already do that. I know there's so many more things that Ecamm can do that I have not actually yet discovered. So, but at the level that I'm using it, it's already such a blessing for me.
Mm.
And another thing that Ecamm provides that's really super awesome is, the classes, the
Yeah.
free classes
Yeah.
that we get. I don't know of any platform who would do that for free. right? It's
Shh.
just it's just amazing. Of course, we have the opportunity if you want, forever access and all those stuff.
Yeah.
But when Ecamm introduces something, they help us prepare for that as well. It's not as if you wanted this, or here it is. Okay, you
Yeah.
learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So there's that support. Whenever
Yeah.
something happens, like, oh my gosh, a few weeks back, I know, I think 2 months ago, I know, a month ago, I was going live. I couldn't go live. Everybody was having the same problem.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my goodness, I am going live with a guest it's like an hour." And it's a good thing, the one that was I was talking to was Mike. And Mike was actually my group mate during Creator Camp 1. I said, "Mike, this is Lala. Remember me? I have need to go live in an hour." So like, of course, they said, "Okay, we'll try our best," right?
Mhm.
Because it's really not. It wasn't Ecamm's issue. There
Yeah.
was a power something somewhere, so it wasn't really Ecamm. But by God's grace, I was able to. It's like, Katie, I think maybe 10 minutes before I was able to go live. Finally, I saw that I can go live. So amazing. The support.
Yeah.
Before, it's like you would have a ticket, you will wait 24 hours, and then they will get back to you. They'll email you something. It's like Ecamm is not like that. Of course, they are not like gods that they can do everything instantly, right?
Yeah.
But they do listen to us,
Yeah.
and they make sure that they get it done. And just like recently, right, the other day during the raffle in Anna and Fulgen's show,
Yeah.
the link wouldn't work. We were, "It's not working, it's not working, hold on, hold on." Like, in a few minutes, everybody was like, "It's working."
Yeah.
See, instant,
Yeah.
instant, the
That's
the support.
the power of community. And I want to go back really quickly to what you said at the very beginning, because I think
Mm-hmm.
this is also very important for people to understand, is that you do not need to understand or use every single feature in Ecamm to be effective. There are some really incredible creators out there who do not know how to use interview mode, who do not know how to use Ecamm for Zoom, who never use um preview mode, who never use, like all of these features. The, it, the tool accommodates what you want to create. And so,
Mm-hmm.
Lala's a great example of this is what she's working on and this is what she wants to create right now. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
what, those are the features that she's using to accomplish that goal. Could she do more or something different? Yeah. Is that what she needs or wants to do right now? Maybe not. So
Mm-hmm.
so just because you can do everything does not mean you should do everything or you need to do everything. And that's one of the hardest parts, I think, about getting started with Ecamm or even getting really active in the community, is that you see what everyone else is creating and you see all the different things that they're doing. And I think it's easy to say, oh, Lala's got a whole bunch of different cameras. I need to add a whole bunch of different camera. Think about what makes sense for your goals, because it can get
Yeah,
very busy or overwhelming or stressful if you're trying to chase after every feature or chase after,
that's so true.
what another creator is doing. So I think it's great actually that you don't use all aspects of Ecamm. I don't think anyone should use every feature within Ecamm. I think you need to find the ones that are best for the projects that you're working on. It might be
Yeah,
multiple projects connect, all of the different projects you're doing allow you to use all the features, but I don't think that one project should equal all the
yeah.
features because
And the
it's a
only
lot.
way really for you to learn is to really use it. Like when
Yeah.
Ecamm finally introduced like Sammy, Sammy
Sammy Superstar. Yeah.
yeah, Sammy Superstar said,
Yeah.
"Lala, finally, your request. They're now, you can like bring in 10 cameras." Really, I can't. I went live, Katie. I went live. I
You're like, all
opened
the
up all the
cameras.
cameras. I touched all the cameras. I said, "Roy, can you come in? Victor, can you come in? All my Ecamm friends, can you come in?" On the eighth camera, on the eighth guest, I almost broke my system.
Your computer was like, no, I'm not powerful
I was on
enough.
a MacBook Pro Intel. The fan was
Wow.
like,
Yeah,
the
the fan
fan
was
won't
going crazy.
stop. And then I realized, Roy told me, "Lala, you're trying to do too much. You can do 10, but make sure your system can handle it." Ooh, I didn't know that.
But
I
you
thought when you
learned,
say
now you
10,
know, right?
and so
Now
I
you
did.
know. Exactly. I like
So
it doesn't end the world for doing that. So again, like a great
yeah.
example because you got on there, you tested out, but you were clear that you were testing everything out. So like what's the worst case that happens, right? Your computer goes when the fan kicks off and you're like, "Oh,
Exactly.
okay. Now I know that like eight's
Yeah.
my threshold and if I go over 8, my computer is not going to be able to handle it."
Actually, I think on the 6, it was
Probably
already on
6.
the 90, 80. So when Y came in, that basically was a no more.
Oh, exactly. But now you
All right.
know. Like we did this
Yeah, now
stream
I knew.
probably a few years ago now. We should do it again. Luria from Live Streaming Pros did an entire stream where she did just that, right? So she pushed all of the buttons and it was like it's really important to actually test your specific machine and your workflow to say
Mhm.
is my computer powerful enough to do all of these different things if I'm doing them simultaneously? And in many cases, you're going to find where your threshold is, right? So maybe, maybe my setup can handle, 5 guests and maybe Lala's handles 6 and maybe, Paul has the most impressive machine and he can handle all 10, but everyone's different. And then you have to think about it from a tech standpoint as well as from a like experience standpoint because having that many guests on is also a lot. Everyone's talking over
Exactly.
each other. It's a lot to manage
Yeah, so I
content-wise.
needed to upgrade. I
Yeah.
upgraded to the M1s and then
Mhm.
now on M2. Right? Because at least I know I need it. It's not something that, just because I know that I needed that because if I want to bring in all of these things, right? So there, I learned the hard way. I just thought that when you say you can do this, oh really? I can. Okay, I'm gonna do it, because I'm not techie, guys. So that's the thing, right? And I learned that I can't do anything just because they say they can. Okay, again, we have to tech the specs of our system that we use.
I think we should all be less techy because I think we're like there's a there's a wonderful part of that where because you were not techie, you were willing to give it a try and just see what happens. I think a lot of people end up really crippled by the fact that it's like, well, what could happen? I could break my machine. I could like they sort of overthink it and then they don't try
Mm-hmm.
anything and then they don't accomplish the project they want to accomplish. They don't find out what's possible or what's not possible. So I think there's again, it's kind of a
Innocence is
childlike
bliss,
innocence, right? Innocence is bliss. Just push the buttons and see what happens.
and
Take
see what
Lala's
happens.
advice. Push the buttons and see what happens.
That's why, Katie, I would always tell people, believe me, if
Yeah.
Mommy Lala can do it, you guys can do it. Because really, that's the reason I really like Victor and Roy. Because when
Yeah.
they teach, they know where I'm coming from. It's just, you can't just say, push this, push that. No, you need to,
Yeah.
where is that?
Where is that?
Exactly
Where are
where
you
am I going
looking?
to push? Okay, what does it look like? Is it on the top, at the bottom? See, that's how lost I am when it came to tech.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that Ecamm is here. And so when I was starting, Katie, there was a crafter that I love, and she was like, she has a circle on her overhead cam. Said, and that's her face. I said, I want to do that. How did she do it? And she said, OBS. I said, okay. I downloaded. Oh my goodness, I could not understand what the heck is this. I said, I can't do this. So I was on a Mac, and so I Googled. It said Mac live stream, and Ecamm came.
I
And I
love it.
said, oh, I think I can do this, right? So I never even tried the trial. I immediately went to the pro because I want the guest functionality, right? So and from then on, I never looked back.
I love it. I love that. It is wonderful because I'm always amazed, I guess, at the amount of people who use OBS because as you said, it's incredibly hard. I went in and tried it. I knew nothing of this world before I joined the Ecamm team. So I was already working for Ecamm when I was like, oh, I should try it to see what OBS is like, what the comparison is. And I like opened it and was like, nope, I can't.
No,
It's
for me,
so
I'm
complicated.
hats off to those who actually can understand and do
Yeah.
OBS. Because
Yeah.
for me, it's like I can like, huh?
Yeah.
Again, I cannot. It's
Uh,
like Ecamm is just. so easy for me. After this, I don't think I'm so spoiled. It's like Ecam has spoiled me, right? But everything
Oh.
I need, basically, really. Kidding aside, I'm so grateful that my learning center during the pandemic.
Mhm.
I was against online learning. I was so against it because I
Mm,
always, in my mind, there's no substitute for face to face learning. So my
mhm,
students and the parents eventually, teacher, we need your help, you need to do this, but it's pandemic, how can they do it? And Ecam was very much, a very vital help during those times for me to be able to still teach and help out the students during the pandemic
mhm.
through Ecam. So again, so many, as I said, the gift that keeps on giving. Right, so there you go.
It is like, if you can get into the mindset of it, thinking through like what the projects are within the world of video. Ecamm can do just about any of them, but what's challenging is
Mm.
thinking through what it is you wanted to do and how you want it to look. That's at least for me, I think, is one of the most challenging parts. Once you've figured that out, there's lots of resources and people you
Mhm.
can ask, and you can certainly play around with it yourself to build it out. But it's more like, what do you want it to look like? What things do you like? What do you not like?
Mhm.
Do you want circles instead of squares? Do you like,
Do you know, Katie, that I have so many overlays? I have a lot of, bells and whistles.
yeah.
But I tell you, I I just bought everything. I love Paul Dixon. Everything I have is
Oh.
LSP bought or from Ecamm, all right, or from the community, because I really like. I know I can do it. Ecamm can do. I can do it through Ecamm.
Yeah.
But if it's like the very basic, like make a square, I can do that. But
Yeah.
if I want like moving stuff, doing this and that, I cannot. So I just buy, right?
Yeah.
So, and we have that opportunity as well, right? So
Mhm.
you don't need be to know how to do it, right? If
Mhm.
you don't have the time, there are people in the community who actually creates them for us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
And
it's
if you
available. Some are free, some you have to buy. So
yeah.
whatever it is, it's there,
Absolutely. So
right?
livestreamingpros.com/store. So Lala just mentioned Paul Dixon. Paul, I think,
Yes.
is certainly best in class. I mean, he is an incredible designer, and again, makes it
Mhm.
really easy because when you purchase through livestreamingpros.com, you get it's an entire profile. So you literally just click it and it opens up as a set of templates within Ecamm. So you don't have to, worry about like sizing things
Yes.
correctly or even like finding the files and dragging them in. It's literally all
It
built out in
even has
Ecamm for you.
free Stream Deck keys. Like
Hmm.
my Stream Deck is color coded
Yeah.
and designed, right? So again, there's so the support of the community
Yeah.
to Ecamm itself. So it's really a whole package, right? You
Yeah.
don't know anything. I just, I was a very constant person in the Ecamm community earlier on when I was starting. I was like, how do you do this? How do you do this? I was like,
Yeah.
I'm so happy that people would was like still answer. Probably this must have been asked a million times over, but
No,
I
people
still,
still answer.
you know,
Yeah.
but people were so very generous with their time, with their answers to really help me out. And slowly, slowly, that's how it happened. And Katie, you mentioned about my Vlogmas, right? So in the beginning, when I started Vlogmas, of course, I Vlogmas from Ecamm as well. The
Mhm.
first time I did Vlogmas was through Ecamm, right? Ecamm did the Vlogmas, and so I did it. I said, okay, I will practice,
Yeah.
right? And from there, I enrolled in Doc's class for
Yeah.
interviews because
Mhm.
I think he said, I see a lot of you doing interviews and I want to help you guys improve. So I hopped onto that class. And in that class, one of the things that Doc told me, Lala, when you do your interviews, why don't you craft with your guests?
I, lo-
Not
I
just
love
do
that he said
interviews.
that because it's my favorite part of what you were doing.
Yes,
I think
so
it's so
actually
fun.
that Vlogmas when I started actually crafting during my
Hmm.
because before my Vlogmas was just all over the place. I will do this, I will do that, nothing really, whatever. And then when Doc told me that, I realized, yes, why not? So let's bring in a guest and we'll craft together.
Yep.
Right? So I have to say thank you, Doc, because actually he was the one who inspired me to start doing that. And now every year, Katie, I do that. And people are now actually very excited to come
I
in
I'm so
for my
excited to watch.
Vlogmas.
And if you're watching right now or catching this later in the replay and you don't know what Vlogmas is, there's a couple of
Mhm.
different like video challenges that exist kind of outside of Ecamm, but Ecamm participates in
Mhm.
many of them. And one of them is called Vlogmas, and really the thought behind it is either you do you do some kind of video project basically, and for us it's pretty open. It could
Mhm.
be a live stream, it could be a recorded video, it doesn't matter. But you commit to doing one every single day for the month of December, or I guess you could do it right up until Christmas Day and then peace out for the rest of the month. But ideally it's one every day through the month of December, and I love a
Eden.
challenge like this. I know it's a big commitment because it is a lot of work to do a
Oh,
daily
yes, the
anything, right?
preparations. Yes.
The preparations, but I do think that a lot of benefit comes out of this. So even if you can't commit to doing, a full month, even just doing like a week straight or a couple of weeks or whatever your time frame is, you will learn a lot, and you will, I think, get a lot of great feedback, both from your existing followers as well as for people that just discover you because of how often you're showing up in different places. So I think it's a really great challenge, whether you do it in December or there's people also do it in August and April.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
So I do it now. I call it my August is SIDA, craft every day
I
in
love it.
August and April.
Yeah.
So guys, consistently for the past 3 years,
Mm.
I have done the whole December, the whole August, the whole April crafting. I don't know how. I guess I think because Ecamm is so easy, to do that.
Uh,
Sometimes December, if my guest is from the US, so it's already January 1st for me. So my Vlogmas normally is from December 1st to January 1st
Perfect.
if I have guests coming in from another, time zone.
Yeah,
So
they're in
that's
the
how
past.
fun, yes, so
Yeah.
how fun Vlogmas is. I still remember, Katie, the first Vlogmas. I would go into Ecamm community. I will
Yeah.
practice first.
Yeah.
I will practice when I'm gonna before I go live on my own channel. I would go onto the Ecamm community Facebook page and I will do my live there. And then I will ask for suggestions. How's this? How's that? Or they say, okay, all right. So now immediately after I'll go live on my channel. So that's how I actually, learned
Yeah.
also. So I did it. I practiced in the community and then I went live. Okay. I don't know if you can still do that, but that was
You
for
can.
Vlogmas.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can.
that was
It's a
for
little bit
Vlogmas.
more complicated because Facebook made a bunch of changes to how you can stream
Yeah.
into a group.
Mm-mm.
But you could certainly, you could just, if you need to be clear about what you're doing. So but I'll put
Mm-mm.
my moderator hat on. But if you share, for example, like a YouTube link and say, hey, here's an unlisted YouTube link, I'm practicing and I would love for people to jump on and give me feedback. You just need that context so that the moderators don't remove it by accident. But yeah, lots of opportunities to practice and to get feedback and to share within the community before you do your interview or your show or your
Mm-mm.
project, because it's a great way to just practice and gain a little bit of confidence as well. Marianne has a question about
Hi, Marian.
challenges. Ecamm challenges. Yes, there are. So we do almost all of our streams here on YouTube. So you can certainly, if you search our YouTube channel, we have done a challenge, I think every, oh gosh, I think it's been every January for the last few years. We do like called Ecamm Challenge, but then we do,
Mm-hmm.
as Lala was saying earlier, lots and lots of different
Well, Katie, you will love Marian.
workshops and challenges. Yeah, come hang out with us.
Marian
We'd
is
love
a
that.
crafter as well.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
planner productivity, into planner and productivity.
Oh,
She
oh my gosh, I love a
makes her own
planner.
planners.
I
She's
love a planner.
amazing.
Okay, Marianne, you need to email Katie at ecamm.com and we'll talk about planners because I love a planner. I
Oh,
love
she is,
stickers.
yeah,
For
she's
me,
wonderful.
it's all about the stickers and the pens. I love different colored pens. But yes, the short answer is yes, we do a ton of different workshops. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually a good time to just swing really quickly here. Lala, give me 1 second over here to our community page. So if you swing over to ecamm ecamm.com/community. Here you can sign up for our newsletter, and that will let you know when all of our challenges and workshops come up. And then it also has links to where you can find us on our community, our affiliate program, beta program, our YouTube channel, and then our regular shows. See here, this is the Ecamm Challenge. So if you go over ecamm.com/community, you can find out all of the different ways that you can connect with us. And we do a lot. We probably do one might say too much sometimes, but it I think gives you an opportunity to, again, don't sign up for all of it and get feeling really overwhelmed. Find the
Mm-mm.
workshops and challenges that make sense for what you're trying to learn and spend time there. So don't feel like because we have tons of it that you need to be in every single one to learn and to be effective. Find the ones that work best for you, because there are definitely different levels and different topics. So find that. But yeah, great question. Here, Paul's got the link. Yay! Waiting for your new Mac to arrive. Oh, it's Christmas early. I
Yay!
love it.
Finally, Marion.
I love it. Welcome to the bright side, the light side. No offense, PC people. I'm sorry. There are lots of great PCs out there. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Well,
she's a beautiful background as well as it is.
I love it. I love it. Well, Lala, what projects? So you have Vlogmas coming up. Anything else
Yes.
on the horizon that you're excited about?
Vlogmas, and I'm finally preparing to create my own masterclass.
Oh
I've
my
been
goodness.
attending a lot of our master classes for Ecamm,
Yeah.
and I've been so blessed to actually be part of one recently, and I learned so much from that. And so I know in 2025 I will be launching my very own masterclass as well. So
Oh
looking
my
forward to
gosh.
that. And of course, a ton of crafting still that
Mhm.
is still going to be part of. I do my lives every Wednesdays and Saturdays, 9 p.m. Philippine time.
Mhm.
So that's 10 a.m. No, no, no. So that's 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Eastern and
Eastern.
7 a.m. Central, and really, really early Pacific time.
The middle of the night Pacific time. They catch replay.
Exactly.
Yes, Marianne,
So there.
join us for Vlogmas. It is a lot of fun. It's probably um probably one of my favorite challenges. I love a Christmas
Are we
challenge
having one this
anyway.
year, Katie?
So we're not we're doing things a little bit differently this year.
Different
So
this year.
I will be doing Vlogmas. We don't have an official Ecamm Vlogmas, but we are.
Mm.
Alec Johnson, who is an
Mm.
incredible member of the Ecamm Fam, is going to be
Yes, I
sharing.
love Alec.
He's going to be sharing 31 pro tips, so one for every day of the month of December. So we're going to be sharing tips, and then we're hoping that everyone will also contribute in creating all different kinds of content. So yeah, definitely,
Awesome.
if if you're a Vlogmas person, jump in and share those within the community spaces. Tag it Vlogmas, where we love seeing those. We love doing giveaways, so we will watch what people are doing. We surprise and delight people if they're participating. All right, well, I want to swing over here really quickly as well and remind folks that we are running a giveaway right now. So and because I love Lala and because I love all of you, it is a special, super special one over here. Lots and lots of entries. If you swing over to ecamm.tv/giveaway, you can win a Mac. Not Marianne, because she already has a Mac, but, but everyone else can win a Mac over here. So as well as a year of Ecamm and Opus and those templates we were talking about from Live Streaming Pros and branding from Marshall. It's a really incredible prize. So swing on over ecamm.tv/giveaway. Excuse me, ecamm.tv/giveaway. There, Paul's got it. That's how you enter. And if you scan this QR code that you see on screen, I'll give you a second here. Scan this QR code. Scan it and then leave a comment on that video that says secret word. It can either be one word or two. Secret word. That will give you a bonus entries. So we will send you back a message with some bonus entries. So definitely take advantage of that, and good luck to everyone that enters. Good luck to everyone that enters. I hope Lala enters as well. I hope everyone
Yes,
enters.
I'm actually was looking for my phone. Because I was
Well, I was like, wait, I gotta get the phone.
Where's my phone?
I'll send you the secret word, Lala, in case you can play it back. There's
Yes.
There's
I
no time
actually am
limit on that one.
playing.
Good.
It's like every day now. I just need to go every day to additional points.
Yes, additional points. So the other place to get additional points for the giveaway is over by listening and watching ENN on Mondays. There's a different secret word every single Monday from now until the giveaway ends December 2nd. So definitely take advantage of that. But yeah, big
Yeah,
prize, brand new Mac
such.
Mini, newer
Oh
than
my
my
gosh, it's like
computer. So that's a big
I
chance.
need this new setup, so I'm going go for it.
Go for it. Go for it. Good luck. Good luck. All right. I have a
Good luck
question
to all of us.
before we wrap here. Someone's asking what camera I'm using for my webcam. So I'm really excited by this because I downgraded. I downgraded twice now. I started with a Sony. So I was using the Sony ZV-E10 here in my home
Mm-hmm.
studio. And it was great, no issues at all. But I have a really small space, and I just said I love to craft. So I have like scrapbooking stuff everywhere and like, like crochet guys all over my desk. So
Uh-huh.
it was taking up a lot of space on my desk for my video setup, and I was constantly bumping into things. So then I went down to the OBS bot, Tiny 2 camera, which Lala was using
Oh,
earlier. That's her
yes, that's
overhead
what I
camera.
use.
So
Yes.
that one I was using for a while, and it was great, and I really liked it. But I didn't need the PTZ control, so I was constantly like dumbing down the camera. I never had need for it to move or zoom in because I'm just sitting by myself. So I brought that one into the office, and the one I'm using right now is the OBSBot Meet 2, MEET 2, as Matt points out here, the OBSBot Meet 2. And this one's only $129. So it's their cheapest one. It's super tiny and it works great. Like the quality is great. And I don't have to worry.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have any kind of features that, again, as we said earlier, I didn't need any of the extra features. And so for me, this one works great. And then I use my phone as a secondary camera if I need to set up more shots, but like for overhead shots and things like that, I have my phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works. It works
You know,
awesome.
Katie, for the Tiny 2, it's
Mm.
been very useful. I actually won this, guys, from Creator Camp 1, right? So just saying, thank you so much, Ecamm. So whenever I do like a craft room tour,
Mm.
that's what I use. Okay,
Love it.
Tiny, zoom in. So it's like, okay, this is my camera, this is my cabinet, this is where I store my, and
Yeah,
then okay, Tiny, zoom out.
I
So it's
love it.
very useful if you want to do like a room tour or something like that.
That's true. Maybe
It's
I'll bring that one
amazing.
back in. Back
Mm.
in. No, Mark, I'm not downsizing my Mac. I need to always upsize my Mac, but I am thinking, and I'm on a couple of missions this year, but I'm on a mission to just be
Mhm.
like I feel sometimes like we all think we need to spend a lot of money and buy the like biggest, most powerful everything and have, multiple cameras and the biggest everything. And you really don't. You can create like whatever space you want just by really thinking through what works best for you. And here in this space,
Mhm.
I need things to be small and easy to move
Yeah.
in and out of the way. I got an arm for my microphone, right? So I
Oh my
can
gosh.
slide it in and out of the way. So when I need to use my desk for crafting or writing or other projects, I can just push it to the
Yeah.
side.
Another thing I use, Katie, is like my phone, only my phone with camo.
Yes, right? Your phone has amazing cameras in it. So it is
Exactly.
like that should be the place where you start and start there. Paul's got all of his his Amazon links. To use Paul's Amazon link. Seriously though, I'm not joking. This camera, and it comes in 3 colors, so I totally went for green
Oh,
because
it has
yeah, the
colors.
Meat 2 has colors. So it's white, like a graphite gray and green. And I was like, green all the way.
Awesome.
But
And it's
it's been
it's
great.
129 at regular price.
Yeah, it does go on sale, and we're now entering, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, end of year
Exactly. So it's
sales.
like,
So, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So people leave some for the international market.
Don't buy all of them. Lala's got to get some.
Okay, leave some for us.
All right, wait. We got one
Uh,
more question. I'm loving these questions here at the end. We're still actually good on time. So, but Marianne asks, how many cameras can you have? So Ecamm actually doesn't limit. So we talked a little bit about cameras, but we were we were
Mm-hmm.
using cameras interchangeably with guests. Ecamm doesn't limit the amount of cameras you connect. It just depends on how many. You might need a hub or some extra device to plug them in and connect them to your
Yes.
computer. But you can connect as many as you want, to your computer. They will all show up as camera sources in Ecamm.
Yeah.
The other thing that shows up as a camera source is a guest, and we allow up to 10 guests on Ecamm's interview mode and up to
Mm-hmm.
8 through Zoom. And that's just at the same time. So you can swap them in and
Yeah.
out as well. But
Yeah. So I
again,
have about
10 on screen's
50
a
on
lot.
Zoom and I just, rotate them. So for like what I did, Katie, for my subscribers only live stream,
Yeah.
so they are on Zoom. So I will like, okay, 8 first and then another 8
Yeah, you
and
just
then another
swap them
8.
in and out.
Yes.
It would be really hard to like unless you're working with Lala, who is patient and kind and lovely. It would be everyone would be talking over each other, and there'd be it's hard to have that many people on screen, like just
Yeah, I
logistically
love it.
speaking. Oh, I love it. Yes. So, and this is a good point actually that Jeremy brings up. So, Ecamm also has a feature called isolated audio and isolated video.
Oh,
And
yeah.
what that does is, so see how I have these fun backgrounds and colors that are bright and fun for me. But if I wanted to repurpose my video and Lala's video, and I just wanted just Lala on screen because I wanted to use the wonderful things she was saying to promote Ecamm, I actually am right now capturing my video, just my video with no graphics and anything around it, just Lala's video with no graphics, anything around it, and separate audio so that if I wanted to, I could edit, all of that together into a different kind of video. I could put different graphics and elements, etc., on it. So you
Mhm.
can do that, but that does cap at 4 because again, you're doing a lot with your computer, right? You're live streaming, you're recording with all your graphics, and you're recording all of those individual files.
Yes.
So
So
it would
you
just
really
be
need
a
to
lot.
have a very big,
Yeah.
what do you call this, hard drive.
Plus, and you need to have a really good editor, or you need to be, pretty
Oh,
proficient
yeah.
in editing to use all of those files for whatever the final project is. So certainly something to consider there. And yeah, shout out to our friends at Camo. I saw Eden was in the chat
Oh, yes. I
earlier.
saw Eden later, a while ago. Hi, Eden.
Well, thank you so much. Any final words as we enter the end of the year? What
Oh my gosh.
inspiration? Inspiration from Lala. Push
All
the
right. So
button.
again, I always say this, Katie, because I really feel that I really started with zero tech. Promise, guys, I don't even know how to post on Facebook. That's how bad I was when I started. I had like less than 100 subscribers, and basically everything I've done in terms of content creator creation is because of Ecamm. So if you feel that you are lost, you feel you can't do this, you can't do a lot of things, because Ecamm is not just a platform, it's a community. It's really a family. So it's not as if you get a platform and then that's it. You get the whole thing, right? So again, I would like to thank Ecamm for the amazing, platform that they have provided, and of course the support, right? So looking forward to many more, and I'm so excited for Creator Camp 3, right? So guys, the minute that they say it's open, you gotta register because the tickets really is like get sold out super fast.
They do.
So again, thank you, Katie. I am really, really grateful. As I said, this is another dream come true. Check.
Oh
Okay,
my
that I
gosh,
am being
likewise.
here in in Ecamm. So yes, so if you want something that is easy, that even somebody like Mommy Lala, who doesn't know a lot about tech, then Ecamm is definitely the perfect one for you, because you don't only get the platform, but you get the whole community and the support that you need to move forward. At this point, Katie, I'm already on my 10,000 plus subscribers. So I started with less than 100. So
Awesome.
that is, I know, a
Congratulations.
vanity metric, but I would never have gotten to where I am without a platform as awesome as Ecamm.
Aw,
There you go.
thank you. I'm gonna go cry. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please, please, let me know how Vlogmas goes. I would love to join you again and
Yes.
craft. I'm still working on my December daily stuff, so definitely Would love
If
to
you're
join
okay
you
with doing
again.
that, I would love us
Yeah,
for us to do that
let's do it.
again.
Let's do it. I love it. I love
All
an
right.
opportunity to hang out and craft. Yes, Ecamm is a community that comes with an app. Absolutely true.
And there you go, Paul.
Well, thank you to everyone. Thanks for watching and tuning in. If you're catching this on replay, you can absolutely drop questions and comments into the chat. We follow up with each and every one of those. And if you want to sign up for this show, I do this show as often as we have guests who want to join us. So you can use the link that's in the description to sign up for the show. We'd love to have you on an upcoming episode. There's like, if you are using Ecamm at all, you are welcome here. We'd love to chat with you and find out what you've been up to. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a longtime customer. You just have to click the link and come and join us. But thank you.
Exactly.
Huge thank you, Lala. Thanks to Paul and everyone for helping out in the chat. And
Thank
we will
you. Thank you, friends. Thank you,
see you
fam.
next
Thank you, Katie.
time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.